Today I'm going to show you how to set up your computer for data science, even if you've never done it before. Step 1, set up a command line. It's going to be your terminal. Option 1 on Windows, use git bash. You can find it at getforwindows.org. It's a minimal installation that will allow you to use normal command line tools. You can find that at getforwindows.org. Download, install, you're off to the races. Option 2, and it's a little bit more advanced, is using a tool called Windows Subsystem Linux. This is available on most Windows machines by default, but you need to run one quick command in order to actually install your distribution of Linux. It's going to be this command. You'll open up a program called PowerShell and run the command wsl-install. And this gets you started to setting up a miniature Linux experience on your Windows desktop. If you are on a Mac, you probably already have a terminal by default. Easiest way to check is open up your Spotlight and type in terminal. You can get fancier with other terminals. iTerm2 is a good one. I prefer Alacrity myself. Say no. But from here, I'm ready to start using all the tools that a developer is going to need. Step 2, install a package manager. A package manager is going to be basically an app store that allows you to install all the tools needed for data science. Here on Windows, there's a program called Winget, and it looks like Wingit. I've posted a link in the description here where you can find the instructions on how to get Winget if you're using Windows. If you're using a Mac, there's only one option for a package manager, and that's Homebrew. You can use Homebrew to install all your dependencies, Python, any other software languages, Golang, Node. You want to be installing these through Homebrew rather than just going to each site and downloading it, because it makes installation, uninstallation, upgrading a very seamless experience. Step 3. Now you're going to use that fancy package manager and terminal that you just installed to get Python on your machine. Now again, Python comes on most machines by default, but in case you don't have it, I'm going to run a brew install Python. Now that I've got it on my machine, I can go ahead and run a quick check here and run a Python 3 -- version. That shows to me that I've got Python. Step 4, install UV. UV is a relatively new technology that allows you to manage Python projects and Python dependencies at the blink of an eye in a very understandable and succinct way. This is the home page for UV, and you can copy this command either on Mac, Linux, or PowerShell, paste it, and you'll have UV ready to go. Step 5, VS Code. You need a code editor, and VS Code is really the best option. There are others out there that may be a little bit more advanced, but VS Code is the most user-friendly, has the most support, and is kind of the standard tool in today's world. Go to the site code.visualstudio.com and download for your operating system, and you are up and running. Now that I have my tools, my terminal, my package manager, Python, a code editor, and UV, I'm ready to start doing some data science here. I'm going to move into a project of mine, open this up in VS Code, and I am off to the races, ready to code, ready to run some models, start some new projects. I have 2 bonus steps for you as well. Bonus step 1 would be to skip all of this and use a tool called Google Colab. What Google Colab allows you to do is run notebooks, Python notebooks, specifically those that are set up with most of the data science functionality like pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, matplotlib, and other data science libraries right from the get-go. Your browser becomes your code editor, and this code gets executed on Google servers. So if you've got slow hardware, this might be the good answer for you. Go to colab.google.com and you can open up a new notebook there. And I don't even have to install my dependencies. Most of them already exist. Bonus step number 2. On your local machine, install Git. Git is a common developer tool used to manage your versions of your code. So as you step through and make changes, you can move back through your history and look at previous iterations of your code. This also makes it easy to share your code and collaborate with other people. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you follow these instructions and get up and running and doing some data science as quick as possible. Thank you.